Okay, for example, in the first example, it says, this was such a big surprise. What is the meaning here? This was such a big surprise.
We use that when we want to say or we want to do something big.
Something big, okay, yes. What about this one? It says, the family members were such suspicious people. What about here? What is the difference between this and this? Any idea?
Parecerse.
Okay.
O parece. Sospechoso, algo así.
Okay. Let's see here. Here I have some sentences and we are going to check this first and then we are going to discover when do we use these three expressions, okay? So it says, here I have some sentences that I want you to read, okay? Please, can you read the first sentence, Cecilia? This one, the first one. Cecilia, can you read the first sentence?
Sorry. The house that my friend bought is so big.
Okay. The sentence number 2, please, Carla.
That's such a big house.
Okay. Sentence number 3, please, Alexandra.
This is such an incredible neighborhood.
Thank you. Jose Armando, the next one.
There are such big houses in this neighborhood.
Thank you. Francia, please, the last one.
There is such good atmosphere in this neighborhood.
Okay. So, as you can see in these sentences, we have so, such a, such an, such, and such. Okay? So, something that I want you to tell me is, what are the words that follow these words? Okay? What are the words that follow these expressions? For example, what is the word that follows so? Is this word a singular noun, an adjective, an uncountable noun, or a plural noun?
Adjective.
It's an adjective, right? It's an adjective. So when we use so, it needs to be followed by an adjective. Okay, can you give me an example with so and an adjective in a sentence? What can you say?
My cousin is so tall.
My cousin is so tall. Okay, very good. What about this one? Such a. What is this? Big. It's an adjective. And what about this one?
Singular noun.
A singular noun. So when we use such a, we need to follow this by an adjective and a singular noun. Can you give me an example? Such a with an adjective and a singular noun?
He is such a tall man.
He is such a tall man. Very good. Tall is the adjective and man is the singular noun. Very good. Then we have the next one, such an. This is such an incredible neighborhood. What about this one? What is this one?
Adjective.
It's an adjective, incredible, right? And this?
Uncountable noun.
Uncountable? We cannot say one neighborhood, two neighborhoods.
Plural. Plural.
It's plural?
Singular.
It's a singular noun, right? It's a singular noun. So, what is the difference between such a and such an? What is the difference?
The letter to start the adjective.
Yes, the adjective in this situation starts with a vowel. Okay, so we cannot write or we cannot say two vowels together, right? No podemos decir dos vocales juntas. Por eso ocupamos an. Such an incredible neighborhood. Okay, so these two are exactly the same. But remember that when we have an adjective with a vowel, we say an. Okay, can you give me an example with an adjective and a vowel that starts with a vowel? What can you say? Do you remember any adjective that starts with a vowel? For example, easy. Easy. What can you say with easy? I want you to give me an example with easy and such an. What can you say? Easy and such an.
This is such an easy puzzle.
Very good. This is such an easy puzzle, or this is such an easy exam. Okay, so when the adjective starts with a vowel, remember we use an. Okay, what about the next one? Such. There are such big houses in this neighborhood. What is this? Big?
Adjective,
Adjective. And this one?
plural noun.
Plural noun. Right? So we use such with adjectives, with an adjective and a plural noun. Can you give me an example? With an adjective and a plural noun? What can you say? Adjective and a plural noun.
There are such a beautiful stars in the mall.
There are such beautiful. Recuerden que no ponemos el a, porque siempre que ocupamos a or an, solo es para singular. There are such beautiful stars in the sky. Okay, there are such beautiful stars in the sky. Very good. And let's see the last one. Such. What is this?
Adjective,
Adjective.
An adjective. And this?
uncountable noun.
Uncountable noun. Okay, so we use such with an adjective and a plural countable noun. And we can use such with an adjective and a singular uncountable noun. Okay? So tell me an example with an uncountable noun and such. What can you tell me? Uncountable noun. Anything uncountable. What can you say? You can talk about food, about anything.
Podría ser, there is such beautiful beach in the country.
Okay, but beach is countable. We can say beaches, right? It's countable. What about an uncountable noun? Algo que no se pueda contar. Recuerden que uncountable son abstract, liquids, gases, materials. ¿Recuerdan que avanzamos los incontables? ¿Qué podríamos decir?
There is such delicious juice in the restaurant.
Delicious what?
Juice
Okay.
in the restaurant.
Yes, there is such delicious juice in that restaurant or such delicious food in that restaurant. Okay, very good. So I want you to tell me now the rule. What are the rules that we follow? For example, with so. What are the rules that we follow? What is the rule that we follow with so? So is followed by
An adjective.
an adjective. Okay, so plus an adjective, always. Okay, what about such a or such an?
An adjective plus singular noun.
Very good. So we use such a or such an plus an adjective plus a singular noun, right? What about such? What about such?
An adjective, a plural, or uncountable noun.
Yes, very good. So we use such plus an adjective plus a plural noun or an uncountable noun. Okay, so these are the 3 rules that we are going to follow today to use so, such a, such an, such for countable or uncountable. Okay? Any questions until here? ¿Algo que no hayan entendido tal vez?
Sí, sí. This is a collocation o sea, tenemos que utilizarlo siempre.
If you want to make this bigger or if you want to emphasize something, yes. Si quieren enfatizar algo, hacerlo más grande o más exagerado, sí, pueden utilizarlo. Porque también podrían utilizarlo sin eso, pero les voy a leer la oración. For example, number 2, it says, that's a big house. ¿Ok? Significa esa es una casa grande. Pero si quiero enfatizarlo y quiero hacerlo más exagerado, yo puedo decir, that's such a big house. ¿Ok? Para enfatizar. Cuando ustedes quieren enfatizar algo, pueden ocupar estas expresiones. ¿Ok? For example, this one. The house that my friends bought is big. Puedo decir. Pero si quiero enfatizar, debo decir, is so big. ¿Ok? Entonces utilizamos estas expresiones para enfatizar, para darle más énfasis o para exagerar algo. ¿Ok? Let's see here in your book. Let's go to the grammar panel. I want you to help me to complete all these rules that we have in the grammar panel. Okay? It says, we use so and such to talk about extremes. Okay? Para hacerlo más grande. Okay? O enfatizar. For example, we use before what? What do we use before an adjective?
So,
We use so before an adjective, right? So before an adjective. An adjective and a singular noun. What do we use before an adjective and a singular noun?
Such a, such an,
Such a, or we can use such an, right? Very good, such an. What about an adjective plus a plural or countable noun?
Such.
We use such, right? Very good. Let's move on. It says use. We use so and such an or such an in exclamations, it says, cuando queremos hacer exclamar algo. For example, she is so rich. She's so rich. That's
Such.
such a nice surprise. Ok, recuerden que aquí estamos utilizando, what is this? Adjective, right? Adjectives. And what about surprise? What is this? Surprise.
such a,
Singular.
such a.
Singular noun, right? And what about news?
Uncountable noun.
Yes, it's an uncountable noun. Very good. So here we have it was
Such
such an interesting news. News termina en S, pero siempre es singular. ¿Ok? News. O puede ser plural también. Es incontable. We also use so and such a o such an. No, esta, perdón, me equivoqué acá. Como este es incontable, news, utilizamos solamente such. ¿Ok? Recuerden que cuando es incontable utilizamos solo such y no utilizamos a. ¿Ok? So, we also use so, such a or such an with that to slow the result of something extreme. It is possible to omit that for these sentences. Okay, so we can add that to our sentence. Okay, for example, she was so tired. She was so tired that she went home. Okay, as you can see, we use that to show the result, para mostrar un resultado. Estaba tan cansada y este sería el resultado, que se fue a su casa. Okay. Number 8. It was such a lovely day that they went for a picnic. As you can see, this is the result. Estamos mostrando el resultado de esto. Okay? And the last one. It was such. Because food is uncountable, right? Vamos a subrayar. So here we have an adjective, adjective, and adjective. Here we have a singular noun, and here we have an uncountable noun. Okay, so this is uncountable too. Okay, so with uncountable nouns, remember we use just such. And the result is that we couldn't eat it. Ese es el resultado que estamos presentando. That we couldn't eat it. Pero también podríamos omitir este that y podríamos decir, she was so tired, she went home. It was such a lovely day, they went for a picnic. It was such awful food, we couldn't eat it. ¿Ok? Entonces podríamos poner that o podríamos omitir. Pero si se sienten más seguros poniendo el that, pueden utilizarlo. ¿Ok? Any questions until here? Okay, let's practice a little bit. Let's go to page 148. Page 148. Exercise 9.2. Complete the sentences using so, such, and match them with the photos. Okay, first we're going to complete the sentences. Number 1, it says, property in Hong Kong is so expensive. Is so expensive. Is such a waste of money, right? What about number 2? Number 2, ¿qué podríamos decir?
I'm so stupid.
Okay, it says, I made a mistake with the furnitures. I'm so stupid, right? I'm so stupid. What else?
I'm such an idiot.
I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Ok. Aquí en estas barras podríamos añadir that, si ustedes desean, ok. For example, property in Hong Kong is so expensive that is such a waste of money. Okay. Here we have number 3. Calculating expenses can be
So complex.
so complex. And here, calculating expenses can be
Such
such a complicated thing. Number 4, winning the lottery is
So
so unlikely. Is winning the lottery is
Such.
such an improbable thing. ¿Ok? Como podemos ver, en todas tenemos exactamente lo mismo. So, after so, tenemos un adjetivo. After so, we have an adjective. And after such, we have adjective. And here we have an uncountable noun, right? Okay. Here we have such an idiot. Here we have an adjective too. And then we have here an adjective and a noun. Adjective and a noun. And the same here. Here we have the noun. And improbable is the adjective, right? Okay. Very good. So we are going to match all these sentences with the pictures. Okay, let's see. Picture number 1. What of the sentences can you match with picture number 1?
See?
Again,
Wait.
please. Sentence
Picture
3,
6.
calculating expenses. Picture A is for sentence number
3.
3. Okay, could be. What about picture B?
Number 4.
Four, teacher.
Number 4. Sentence picture C,
1.
1. Picture D,
3.
3.
3. Okay. I guess number 2 is picture A, right? I made mistake with the figures. I am so stupid. Okay. Very good. So let's